I've been back in Singapore for a little over 6 months now, and since we're approaching the last quarter of 2024, I wanted some time alone to wrap up the year and also plan for 2025. With that in mind, I'll be digital nomading for a little over a month from October to November in a country that feels like home. If you know where that is, comment it down in the comment section below. But anyway, since I've booked my flight and accommodations, I figured it would be a great opportunity to share with you how I normally plan for my travels, financially ensuring that I get the most value for my buck. So this video is also sponsored by Wise, but more on how they play a part in my travels a little bit later in this video. Without further ado, let's dive straight into today's video. Let's go. For flight tickets, I always use Google Flights platform to look for dates that are reasonably priced, and it has to also align with my schedule as well. As I browsed, flying budget on Scoot cost around $500 without adding any check-in bags, which is pretty high considering I'm usually able to get one at anywhere around $400 with bags. So another factor I considered was also because of the unpleasant return flight time for Scoot. 1 red-eye flight would be fine, but 2 is a little too much and I'm just too old for this. So considering the above, I booked Korean Air. It will be my first time flying on Korean Air as well, so I'm truly excited for the experience. What Google Flight does is that it helps you to monitor the past price trends, and you can tell whether it has been going up or going down. I usually monitor it for about a week or so before making the decision. So for Scoot, when I was checking for the exact same dates as Korean Air, it cost $602 without adding any bags, but Korean Air was $645.50 with a UOB discount promo code. I had 4 extra things as compared to flying budget on Scoot. One is comfort, another is better flight timings. I am not flying back from Korea at night, but instead I will be at the airport roughly around noon and I will reach Singapore by 8 or 9 p.m. thereabouts. So better flight timing was another factor. Check-in bags, I have 23 kg with Korean Air, and also 1 meal on board. Anyway, if ever your flight ticket is denominated in foreign currency, which could happen, for example, buying my return flight ticket from Korea back to Singapore previously when I was living there, I had to pay in Korean won, and that's where a multi-currency card like Wise comes in. If you are using a traditional bank's credit card, you will incur a 3.25% foreign currency transaction fee, not to mention the poor exchange rates. Wise uses mid-market exchange rates, which is close to the rates that you will see on Google, and that will ensure that you get the most value for your dollar. So make sure for any online shopping that you do in a foreign currency, not denominated in SGD, use a multi-currency card. If you're new to Wise, you can sign up with my link down in the description box below to get a fee-free transfer of up to GBP 500, an equivalent of SGD $850 if you're new to Wise. Flights booked. The next most painful expense on this trip is accommodations. If I was traveling on a holiday, I book a hotel, but since I'm literally living there, I always default back to Airbnb. In this video previously, I was staying in this apartment for 3 months and the rent was relatively cheaper, but right now, because it's so impromptu, the prices are honestly really high and I'm paying a lot for rent this time. I'm paying exactly $2,530.17 for 33 nights, a little over $75 a day. It is a splurge. I did splurge for a good view of the Han River. Since I'm going to spend a lot of my time in the accommodations because I do want to do some planning, I need to think about what's coming ahead in 2025, do some reflections for the past year, write down my thoughts, etc. I wanted a comfortable and conducive place for me to work in. Stay tuned. I will probably do a room tour. Definitely subscribe, follow along. The last thing I need to get done is securing some Korean won, and I can do so in advance on Wise. Traveling to a country like Korea that widely accepts card payment almost everywhere you go makes things a lot easier. I've traveled cash-free to the country multiple times, and only when I head to a market or I want to buy some street snacks, I need some cash with me, I can use the Wise debit card and withdraw at a local ATM for free. The allowance is up to SGD $350 a month. you can see this in-app how much you have left that you can withdraw for free as well. In my recent trip to Jeju with the entire family, we were there for 1 week. I was renting directly with the auntie that I stayed with in 2022 and 2023. So instead of booking via Airbnb, I was renting directly from her, and I was short of 100,000 Korean won. So lucky enough, I had the Wise debit card with me. I went to a local ATM, withdrew 100,000 Korean won, all for free, and the local ATM didn't charge me any fee as well. Beyond the $350 SGD withdrawn, everything else could be paid via a Wise card whilst I'm there. So a tip to remember for any one of you who is traveling and you're bringing any kind of cards overseas, be it whether it's a bank's credit card or you're using a multi-currency card like Wise, I pray and hope you do not use a bank's credit card overseas because the fees is insane and the exchange rate is really poor. So make sure you sign up for a multi-currency card, use it overseas, but a tip for you is that where you have to choose between SGD or, for example, me traveling to Korea, Korean won during that transaction. Make sure you choose Korean won. You will face an additional charge if you decide to go with paying in Singapore dollars, and it's also clearly stated at the counter when you're doing your payment. I currently do not have any screenshots, but when I do have, I'll upload it on community. In my Jeju trip itself, there was one transaction that happened to be that way. Make sure you choose the country's currency that you are in and not your own country's currency. Just take note of that. If you ever do lose your physical card like I did in this video when I was in Johor with my family, fret not, you just have to head in-app, go under cards, freeze your card, and use the virtual card. So conclusion, with all this said and done, I'm now ready for my digital nomad month in Korea. I'm estimating that I'll be spending another $1,000 for my living expenses day to day, and since I've spent a little under 3,200 for my flight ticket plus accommodations, this whole trip would probably cost me $4,200. I'll do another video documenting the actual expenses after that 5 weeks. Remember to subscribe if you're interested, so definitely stay tuned for that. From now till 26th of September, Wise is giving you a chance to be a lucky winner for a pair of free tickets to Japan. All you need to do is to head over to their Instagram page, look out for the post giveaway, and comment your best travel tips right now. If you are looking for convenience when it comes to traveling and dealing with foreign currencies, look no further than Wise. Thank you, Wise, for sponsoring today's video. If you're not yet signed up with Wise, sign up with my link down in the description box for a fee-free transfer of GBP 500 and equivalent of 850 Singapore dollars. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions when it comes to multi-currency cards, traveling overseas, digital nomading, etc., my Instagram DMs is always open. You can reach me via that. Leave your questions down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!